Namaste, Queen Yoga Bee here. So today's lesson, I'm going to focus on plank pose, Chaturanga Dandasana, if you wish to do that. But I'm going to not slight my worker bees. I'm going to give you the harder version first, and then easy bees, and then show you how to do it on the wall or with the chair. So if you're a worker bee, good for you. You get to stay here and maybe ignore the easy bee and the chair Chaturanga. It's totally up to you. So I wanted to remind you that even if you're a worker bee and you still aren't clear on what spacing and bracing is, you need to go back to the spacing and bracing lesson and review it. If you're not accustomed with your breath and mindful breath, you also need to go back and review that one. That goes for everybody before you start one of my classes. And in case I forget, at the very end, I want you to use that mindful breath meditation if you choose, or you can just lie in Savasana. But we really do need to end each yoga session with some Savasana or mindful breath or meditation. That's the point. So here we go, worker bees. You're going to do plank pose, and I'll show you what it looks like in case you've forgotten. And you're going to hold it for 10 or more breaths. So obviously, you can hold it for several minutes if you're up to it. But the one thing I want to remind you, as I always do, is that you need to have your arms on fire. Now, in my class, arms on fire means you are squeezing every muscle to the bone. If I have my hands up like this and my arms are on fire, everything is engaged, all the way from my fingertips all the way. So when you're doing a plank, you have to have your arms on fire and really claw into the mat, because you want to ignite those muscles and stuff around your wrist. Because if you don't do that and squeeze every muscle to the bone, what happens is all of this saggy, not squeezing to the bone stuff kind of slides down, and then you have more pressure on your wrist, and we don't want to do that. So remember that you are always going to hold it to your edge, no matter whether you're a worker bee or an easy bee. So worker bees, your edge, in my opinion, is to hold this or do reps or do something, even if it's a sun salutation for as long as you wish. An hour would be nice, but at least until you are tired and sweaty. If you're never getting to the tired and sweaty edge, then you're not working at the worker bee level. So for easy bees, again, you're going to find your edge, and I would love it if you got tired and sweaty, but I'm not sure what's best for you. So be really aware. And of course, if you're still using the wall or a chair, you just want to do it till you're tired, not until you're exhausted. So we're going to start out with Chaturanga, really brief and easy. So Chaturanga is just plank pose, or excuse me, we're starting out with plank, then Chaturanga. So plank pose is really easy, but I want you to remember that you're going to brace, especially. So this is not plank pose. This is not plank pose. Plank is like a plank. You're straight. So your feet are about as wide as your hips, and your hands are underneath your shoulders, and you're just holding this. So you're going to hold that for 10 or more breaths. I'm going to go the other way and show you because I can't see with my hair. Okay, so the next pose is Chaturanga Dandasana. So Chaturanga Dandasana, I always do it from plank pose. It just has a nice flow. So if I start at plank, okay, I'm going to turn this into Chaturanga Dandasana, and I'm going to try to hold it. So here I am in Chaturanga Dandasana. Hold it. So you get to hold it for as long as you wish. So 10 breaths would be good. Till you're tired and sweaty would be another. But you're always checking for anything that might be close to sharp pain, numbness, tingling, and that goes for every worker bee, easy bee, people that are standing and using the wall, more props. Okay, so that was pretty easy, worker bees. Here's my suggestion for you before I go on. You're going to repeat this over and over and over again if you wish. You can add these two poses to a flow of your creation or any other yoga poses that you know and love. Or you could do 10 Surya Namaskaras, B. That's sun salutation. 10 of them will make you tired and sweaty. Remember, you're going to finish your lesson with some sort of savasana or meditation, whatever works for you. Remember that when I say 10, it's 10 breaths. An inhale and an exhale is one breath. Your breath should not be fast or ragged or shallow. That's a signal that you're going too far, past your edge. Constantly monitor your breath to find out what's working for you. So, worker bees, good job. If you want to click me off, go ahead. Or you can hang around for Easy Bee. So, Easy Bees, here's your review. You're going to go to the spacing and bracing lesson. You're going to go to the mindful breath lesson so that you have a review of what to do on both of those floors. I just talked to you about arms on fire. I'm going to talk a little bit more. And we're going to just do plank and find your edge. So plank pose, again, arms on fire. And in that spacing and bracing, I show forearm plank. If you're still in forearm plank and you don't want to ramp it up, then just review the spacing and bracing core exercises. So I'm clawing my fingers into the mat. I'm igniting every single bit of muscle. So from the front, I'm not here. I'm trying to pinch my shoulders back so I have more of a flat back. Remember, that's the spacing part of it. If you have to, put your bum in the air, and I mean absolutely have to. It's okay to be, I would rather have you here with your butt up than here, because that's not what we're going for, even though this is a pose called up dog. Okay, so here we are. So if you have trouble doing the Chaturanga Dandasana from here, which is the lowering yourself, I suggest that you do what's called Chaturanga Dandasana. So it's from cat. So it's cat Chaturanga Dandasana. So I'm in cat pose, and I'm going to lower myself. But in Chaturanga Dandasana, you do not have your elbows out like this. You have your elbows going in towards your waist. So to lower yourself with your knees on the ground, I'm going to make myself go forward. I'm going to put my elbows at my waist and just hold this. So try that. If that's your edge, practice it some more before you're ready to go on. So when you lower yourself from cat Chaturanga Dandasana, you need to first put your chin down and then your belly. And from the front, it looks like this. So my elbows are going back. My chin goes down first, then my belly, and then you're ready to do whatever pose follows. So that's another edge you can work on. Let's see. Oh, chat with it. You need a strap. I gotta get a strap. Throw me a strap, Mr. Cameraman. Not that strap. A yoga strap right behind your foot. No, that's not a strap.